Hey guys, this is Mr. McKee again with SEC 210. Today I'm going to be going over Packet Tracer 12.3.4, which is Access Control List Demonstration. Alright, notice my topology. I've got three routers. Route R1 has two LANs and one WAN connection going out to another router, router 2 or R2, and then over to R3, and then it has a DNS server and a PC4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 LANs, and then you have two serial WAN connections between the routers. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, background: in this activity you observe how an access control list or ACL can be used to prevent a ping from reaching hosts on remote networks. After removing the ACL from the configuration, the pings will be successful. Alright, so verify local connectivity and test access control list. Ping devices on the local network to verify connectivity. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is ping PC2 from PC1. So PC1 is here. Go to the command prompt, PC2. Now notice PC2 is on the same LAN, it's just through a different port in that switch. Alright, so let's see. It's a 10.10 IP address. So ping 192.168.10.11. Alright, good response on that. That's fine. Alright, from PC1 ping PC3. Now notice PC3, it's going through a different interface in that router. So it's having to route the traffic to another network, the 11.0 network. So it should be successful, but it could possibly not be successful. Alright, so it's on 11.10 IP address. So let's up arrow 11.10. Alright, might have an ARP translation, so our first packet might drop. Alright, so we got good response. Do it again. I'm going to get 4 out of 4 packets responded. Okay, we're good there. So why are these being successful? You guys could answer that, but obviously there's nothing blocking it. So it has physical connectivity, so it should be good. Alright, ping devices on remote networks to test ACL functionality. From command prompt of PC1 ping PC4. Alright, so notice PC4 is on R3 and it's connected through several routers. So let's see, PC4 is on 192.168.30.12. So 30.12. Alright, so what sticks out to me is that destination host is unreachable. Like, we're not even getting through the router, it looks like. I would assume. Alright, it's not even trying to look for that IP address. So more than likely something's blocking it. Alright, so from command prompt on PC1, ping DNS server. DNS server is on another LAN off of R3. So it's on 31.12. So 31.12. Alright, same thing with that. Destination host unreachable. So it sounds to me like those packets are dropping as soon as it hits the router. But we don't know for sure. Alright. Why did the pings fail? Hint, use simulation mode or view the router configurations to investigate. Personally, I would probably go to the router, but since we have Packet Tracer on here, I'm going to use Packet Tracer. Now, what I'm going to do though, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to reset this. I'm going to reset this whole Packet Tracer. It's not a graded Packet Tracer, like it's not grading us based on our configurations. So I'm going to reset the activity. And the reason I do that, it gathers a lot of information, like from the previous steps that we did. that makes it confusing. Now notice we haven't converged yet. We got some little amber balls up there, circles. Alright, so what I will do though, to make it converge quicker, I'm going to do the fast forward time button. Alright, so now we're good. Now I'm going to go to simulation mode, bottom right. Alright, well notice it's still saying that I did some kind of ARP stuff, which is weird because I reset it. Let me reset it again. Alright, let's go to simulation mode. Yeah, it's already there. It looks like maybe when they made this packet tracer, that was already done. Alright, so we'll just disregard those 4 little packets there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit show all none to get rid of all the possible PDUs I can watch. And I'm going to go to edit filters. All I want to do is do ICMP because that's my pings. Alright. Notice under event list filters, visible events, I'm going to do ICMP, which it's there. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and try to ping my PC4 again. And I think what was it, 30.12? Yeah, 30.12. So let's go to the desktop. 22.168.30.12. And notice something happened right there when I did that. So if I move this off the screen, alright, so there goes a packet. And it looks like it just came back. Alright. And that says ICMP. We can investigate what it's doing there, but it looks like it's not. It got a response back from the router that doesn't know. It doesn't know where that is. So it's saying. That's basically what it's saying. It's saying reply from 192.168.10.1, which I'm assuming haven't looked at it yet. That's probably my default gateway. And it says it's telling me the destination host that I'm looking for is unreachable. All right. So that's done using the simulation mode. All right. Big thing is make sure you go back to real-time mode, or everything's not going to work like it's supposed to. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into router 1 and try to figure out what's going on. Now, first thing I do though when I go into the CLI, I usually try to look at, what version of the iOS I have running, any kind of log messages. I can either look up here and see that everything's working, or I can look down here too. Looks like OSPF's running, stuff like that. I'm going to go enable. I'm going to do a show run. I'm going to look, see what I got. Spacebar. Alright, spacebar. Now, if you keep going though, all your, if there's any kind of access control lists, they're going to be towards the bottom of the config. Alright, let me get back to where I was. Alright, right there. Alright, notice these. Like I was saying, there's my default gateway because I'm looking right here. Alright, gigabit 01. Or I'm sorry. It's right there. It's kind of hard to see, but gigabit 00 is right there. Alright. There's my default gateway for the 10.0 network, and here's my default gateway for the 11.0 network. Alright, and that is my serial 001. Or I'm sorry, serial 000. Serial 001 is not is turned off. All right, so let's see. I got OSPF configurations. We're not going to worry about that. All right, access list. That's my access control list 11. Deny anybody coming from the 10.0 network, which is PC1 and PC2's network. And notice, I know this looks kind of funky, but that's my wildcard mask, and that's just the way you have to put in your ACLs. But that's pretty much saying you can only use the last 255 addresses, or really 254 host addresses, or 255 plus 0, 256 total addresses. All right, that's the inverse of a subnet mask. All right, the router is interpreting it the same way, but that's just the way they decided to, do the wildcard masks for certain things in the Cisco IOS. So if you just flip that around, so that would be the same thing as a 255.255.255.0 CIDR 24. All right. So it's saying deny everything from here, but then the next part of that is permit any. So deny this, but then allow anybody else after that. So any traffic other than from the 10.0 network, allow it. Now we got to figure out who that is assigned to. All right, I'm going to go to the end of the config. All right, so there's my end. Now if I look up here, access list 11. All right, it's not on this interface. It's not on this interface. It's on the serial 000 interface. All right, so basically anything coming out of that interface, so egress going out, not ingress, egress, anything going out that interface, I want to deny anything coming from this network going out. All right, so one thing I can do probably, and I'm not going to do it until it tells me, but I should be able to ping from the 11.0 network out to anywhere else, like PC4, DNS. All right, but that's what that means. All right, and notice how they write it: IP access group 11 out. Okay, so why did the pings fail? Well, we figured it out. All right, simulation mode, it's good, but I like to look at the configurations more. All right, but I could go in there and look at the packets and see what it's doing also. All right, so remove ACL and repeat test. Use show commands to investigate ACL configuration. Use the show run and show access list command to view the current ACLs. To quickly view the current ACLs, use show access lists. So let's just do that. Show run is like the go-to default. All right, so show access lists. All right, so if you do a question mark, just like the instructions, it'll show you all of them. But if we did 11, that shows us 11. 11 only. So to deny everything from the 10.0, remember wildcard mask looks kind of funky, but that's the way we got to do it. And then permit any others. Now if we had that backwards though, if we put permit any first, it would bypass that deny. So that might be a trick question on some test. Alright, so if you know the access ACL number or name, you can filter the show output further. However, R1 only has one ACL, therefore a show access list command will suffice. So just like I did, show access lists. Alright, so notice, do this, do this. And you notice it got one match because you can tell I did it. I already tried it once. Alright. So the first line of the ACL permits any packets originating from the 10.0 network. This includes Internet Control Message Protocol, or ICMP, echoes, ping requests. The second line of the ACL allows all other IP traffic from any source to traverse the router. For an ACL to impact router operation, it must be applied to an interface in the specific direction. In this scenario, the ACL is used to filter traffic exiting, so egressing the interface. Therefore, all traffic leaving the specified interface of R1 will be inspected against ACL 11. Although you can view IP information with the show IP interface command, it may be more efficient in some situations to simply use the show run command. Using one or both of these commands, to which interface and direction is the ACL applied? Well, I showed that to you guys. So looking here, you wouldn't know that, obviously. But if you went up here and did show IP interface, that would be kind of complicated to do that. All right. So I'm going to do Control C. If I do a show run, I just know where to look. Down here where all the interfaces are, not there, but here. All right. So if I put this on another, like say if I put this on that the interface going out to 11.0, it would block 10.0 going that way, and vice versa. We could do it the other way. All right. Let's see. So you guys can see that. That answers that question. Out or in, it's going out. All right. So remove access list 11 from the configuration. You can remove ACLs from the configuration by issuing the no access list and then the access list number command. The no access list command deletes all ACLs configured on the router. The no access list number of the ACL command removes only specific ACLs. All right, so if you have a bunch, be careful. Under the serials 000 interface, remove access list 11 previously applied to the interface as an outgoing filter. So see how they're doing it. They're Control C. We're going into the global config. All right, interface serial 00. They did SE000, but I just use serial. I just do S000. All right, and then no IP. If we did question mark, we still got a bunch. IP access group question. All right, notice access list name or number. We know 11 question mark. All right, so inbound packets or outbound packets. Remember, question mark's your friend going through this, going through the Cisco iOS. All right, so we're taking out of there, so it's out. All right, so we've done that. Verify PC1 can now ping the DNS server and PC4. What I would do first, though, and I can do it right from here, I'm going to do a do show. I'm going to do a do show run. If I tab down, all right, it was here, right? It's not in that. It's not in serial 001 or serial 000 anymore. All right. Notice the access control list is still there. We didn't delete out the access control list, but it's no longer assigned to this interface as the out. Alright, so removed it. Verified PC1 can ping PC or DNS server and PC4. So our history probably has that. Yep. 30.12. We have PC4 there. Alright, so we're getting good pings from that. And then 30, I believe it was 31.12. And it will take probably one drop. All right, so now we're there. All right, do it again, goes right through. All right, but that's it. Just understand ACLs are really good trying to keep people out or keep certain traffic out of certain interfaces. They're pretty easy to do, but just remember, if you want to completely take that thing out, you're going to have to do another command, and I won't go over that here, but you can just do a, you can do a no access list. Actually, outside of that, not in the interface, but you can go outside of it. Oh, and you know what? I almost passed it. Telling you how to do it, I didn't read the instructions like I was supposed to. All right, so I'm in the interface. I'm gonna exit out of that. All right, now if I do a no access list, all right, do a question mark. It's looking for either standard or extended. Notice the numbers. 1 to 99 is the standard. 100 to 199 is extended. Access control list. I know it's 11. All right, so it's out of there. Now if I do a do show run, all right, notice it's not in the interface, and if I go down farther, it's literally been deleted from the running config. All right, but that's it. Yep, I do that sometimes. I don't read the instructions through all the way when I'm trying to talk about how to do stuff. All right, but that's how you do it, and that's it. All you need to submit are 3 questions, and so you really don't have to submit the .pka file either in this case, just the 3 answers. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching.